body cam macro. All right. This is going to be the start of your training. So the first one I'm going to pop up is going to be the pullover macro. When would be the correct time to use that macro? Correct. Do you do it before your sirens or after your lights and sirens? So you would have to throw your sirens on, and then you would do your pullover macro. You can do it before if you want, if it's easier. But just make sure you do throw up that macro. You do have to speak it. So there is that one. That is for all of your beginning of your traffic stop. All right, your taser macro. When should that be used?
Before you.
Go ahead, Dale. That is correct. So the thing is you do your taser. You deploy your taser. After the 2-minute mark, you have to deploy the macro taser again. So every 2 minutes. Taser, breaks window and taser civilian, then pulls them out of the vehicle. When would you use that macro?
You would use that when you have to use force on somebody.
Correct. So if you've got a vehicle, a suspect that is VDMing, where they're coming at you with their vehicle, you can use that taser macro, and then you can deploy your taser, and it'll actually spike them out of the vehicle. If you're at a pullover and they have warrants for their arrest and they refuse to get out, you cannot use that because they're just not refusing. You can actually simply just put them in handcuffs and they'll pop right out of the vehicle. All right. Shoots at armed suspects, vehicles to protect civilians, fellow officers, and self. Dale. Yeah, so keep in mind you want to make sure you're throwing your macros before anything. Before any action. I mean, you can it all depends on the situation too. Um you'll get once you get the hang of where your macros are at. I know they can get you getting used to of where exactly they're at on your macro list. Once you are fully badged, if you want to set it up a different way, Chief has no problem with you doing that. Just during your training, they have to be the way that they were given to you. But if you find a way where you want to set up your macros a certain way that work for you, you are more than happy to do that. Just wait until you're badged to do that. But yes, you always want to throw your macro before an action. All right, your hello, my name is. When do you want to use that macro? Peep.
You want to use that when you get in contact with somebody, when you're talking to them, and you want them to know who you are and where you're working.
That is correct. I know it seems like a daunting task to do these trainings, and I get it. You want to be out there on the road. Unfortunately, we have found that doing these classes is actually very beneficial for all the officers. Even I had to go through it.
Yes, sir.
All right, the Miranda rights. Dale. Okay, correct. Also, when you have a suspect in cuffs, are you to read them their rights when they're in the vehicle or outside of the vehicle? Yeah, you're correct. Good job. Marco, I hear you creeping on me.
I wasn't creeping. Too bad I can't tase you to the wall.
Oh, okay.
Let me try.
All right. Pats down female suspect with back of hand and removes all items and weapons from person. Ep.
Didn't work.
I can answer. Is Dell going?
Yeah, it's your turn, sir.
Y'all don't listen to him. He's a clown. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Oh yeah. For this one, if you got a female suspect, you gotta press down her with the back of your hand to remove the items and the weapons.
Oh, so you're gonna tase me.
Congratulations
Okay, for what?
for your vest, buddy.
I've had my vest for 2 days.
Oh, I just now realized it.
But thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, in the game, and I will tell you this once you get out there, you're going to have female characters, but they are men that are talking. Do not base your judgment on the pat downs off of the voice. Do it because of the character. If it is a female character, make sure you put that female female suspect down. Okay. I know. Dale, I'm with you, okay? And then vice versa, you have this one here, pats down suspect, removes all items and weapons from person. Same thing, you might have a female with a male character. They can sit there and be like, "Oh, I want a female officer." Well, unfortunately, you are in a male character, and we can't base it off your name or your voice. It's off the character that you have. All right, you are being arrested for the following charges. What you'll do is once you do make an arrest, you will put, and I'll give you an example. So anytime you do make an arrest, you will put out, you are being arrested for the following charges. Then you will type out what charge they are being charged with. That way they know exactly what they're being charged with. All right, moving on to show me 1012 active ride along. So the active ride along is when you are once you are fully badged and you are on a ride along with another badged or a vested. You will not be patrolling by yourself unless you are in a vest, which is what I'm wearing. Mission Patrol, contraband. That is up here in floor 2. Dale, you've been doing pretty good on those mission patrols. You're not to interact with the general public, not allowed to respond to any kind of traffic calls. You're to do the mission patrols, and if things get hairy in Compton, turn your sirens on and floor and get out of Dodge. You guys pretty well know about the confirms body cam is on. Your body cam must be rolling at all times, but after you leave PDG, if you are using any kind of live streaming apps like Twitch or anything like that, it must be turned off prior to entering PDG for confidentiality. Because we do trainings in here, and we don't need other servers and other departments knowing how, or other even gangs knowing how we do our trainings or conduct them. All right, scene cleared. So that is when you're at a shootout and it's ended, you will put the scene cleared. If you arrest a suspect and you do your 1015, suspect en route to PD, you will put your scene cleared. 10-4 copy is all for basic radio traffic. If someone does a radio check, if dispatch is trying to get a hold of you or another officer is, or the chief is asking you to do something, you just come back with a copy 10-4. Your 10-6 break, every hour you work, you get a 15-minute break. During that 15-minute break, you can go to your business. You can go get you something to eat. In-game, go to the restaurants or whatever. You must use your personal vehicle and your body cam must be rolling. Your 10-7 is when you are clocked out for the night and you are going to log off. Please make sure that your game is completely exited out of your phone. There is a known glitch that even if you exit out, just swiping up to exit out, you might not be in the game, but your character is stuck in the game, and it could cause you to get an AFK, which is a 3-day ban and a reprimand. What I make a habit of is once I exit out of the game, I actually clear it from the history on the phone app itself. Pretty much self-explanatory for 10-8. That's letting everybody know that you're in service and that you're ready to start your day out. Your 10-11 traffic stop will be done on all of your traffic stops right after you do your pullover. Your 10-13 shots fired. That is not saying that you know where the shots are being shot at, but you're going to give a certain location of where you're hearing the shots fired. Kind of like how Taco just put location. So you'll just put like downtown of an area where you heard shots fired. All right, 10:15, suspect in custody en route to PD. That is to let all officers and dispatch know that you have a suspect in your custody and that you are en route to PD. Your location is wherever you are at. If someone asks for your location, you will give the closest area of where you're at, so we know exactly where to find you if you call for a backup code 2 or backup code 3. Your 1022 disregard is, say you hit a missed macro and you would put 1022 disregard. All right, your 1023 on scene is if you have been dispatched to a call, a backup call, going to HP or any other call that you have been dispatched to. Once you get on scene, you must throw your 1023 on scene. Your 1026, suspect detained. There is a difference between 1015 and 1026. What? Oh, excuse me. Your 1026, suspect detained is you are holding that person in cuffs during a pending investigation, i.e. warrant ID check, or if you're just trying to talk to them in general. That does not mean that they are being under arrest. Your 1027, 1029 ID and warrant check. That is when you do your traffic stop or you stopping somebody on the side of the street just to do a random warrant ID check. We do have the right to do that. All right, your 1032 code 2 backup needed. That is when you are on a traffic stop or in general dealing with a civilian. That's mainly for a traffic stop. You will do a code 2 backup if they come back wanted. Your backup will not come with lights and sirens. They will come unannounced. You will know when they get there. And then you will conduct the rest of your wanted traffic stop. Your 1032 backup needed step it up. I actually had to use that earlier myself, and I kid you not, I was by myself on this traffic stop. The car in question was involved in a shootout that we had up by Lumberjack, and I spotted him right here in front of HP or PD. And we went on a small little chase, and then he finally stopped. At which time a medic tried to intervene, so I had to do code 3 step or 1032 backup needed step it up. And I'm telling you right now, the whole damn near police department force was there. So when you call for backup step it up, we are coming. All right, your 1041 to my location, request inmate transportation. That is if you are over at HP or any other stop where you are at and your car despawns. You will call for a inmate transportation to come pick that suspect up for you. Shootout in progress. That is you're visualizing and seeing an actual shootout in progress. That is when you will throw that. That one's pretty self-explanatory. Your 10A means you are in hot pursuit of a suspect either in a vehicle or on foot. 3237, which is your supervisor needed. All supervisor calls will be conducted in PD. We will not be sending a supervisor outside at all. That one's pretty self-explanatory. If you or your fellow officer go down, you will put out the 10-100 officer down. You'll tell us the location of where you're at, and well, we come in balls to the wall and send them to go meet their maker. All right, hand civilian a citation. That is when you pull somebody over and you decide to give them a citation. When you do these citations, what you'll have to do as well is when you click on the badge, the 3 dots, the badge, the violation, and the charge would be like a whale. Will be a 3.4. What you'll do is you'll click on the 3 buttons, the violations. Then you will you'll put 3.4, and then on there you'll put citation. And then we really don't have a traffic unit yet for that, so just give them a citation and just call it a day on that. We're working on getting a traffic unit together. Oh, let's see. Where am I at? All right, so you do pull over a vehicle and that suspect comes back wanted. You will throw out you have warrants out for your arrest. No sudden movements or non-lethal force will be used. If they get out of their vehicle, that is a sudden movement. You will have the right to taser them. You must throw your taser macro and tase them and get them in cuffs. If they stay seated in their vehicle, all you have to do is go up to that person, 3 lines, badge, cuffs, click on the person, put the cuffs on them, and it'll put it right on them for you. Ow!
I missed, and you know I missed.
You need to go back to reading. Never mind. I'm going to shut up.
Oh.
Can I finish my training, please?
I'm in here.
Well, when you're tasing, you're kind of interrupting my training, sir. Thank you. Sorry about that. All right. Put the weapon down or you could be charged for a 1.9, 3.2. One state is a concealed carry state. Meaning, if you're walking down if you're driving down the road and you see a civilian with their gun out, you can charge them with a 1.9. This one right here is all for the green zones, which is HP, PD, and hands and all that. Anything that's a green zone is not a chill zone. All right, last but not least is, well, that one's way out of whack, but is your 1097. So anytime you want to respond to a traffic call, you can put your 1097, which lets everybody know that you are en route. All right, any questions on the macros?
No, sir.
All right, at this time, go ahead and turn your body cameras off